How long have you been working here?
13 years.
13 years.
Every bad decision I've ever made, fear and ego have been part of it.
How long have you been working with the company?
About 12 years.
We just got rid of 400,000 pounds of aluminum.
You're a little bit shabbier here, so you went from 380 to 240. You have your own mechanic shop?
Yep, 2 full-time mechanics.
It's a Lindus beef Monarch roof. Today we're in Baldwin, Wisconsin, visiting one of the most successful construction company in the United States, Lindus Construction. They've been in business for over 40 years. They have 162 employees. Average employee stays with the company for about 13 years. Very impressive numbers. $225,000 weekly payroll, $55 million business. They're doing over 4,000 projects every year. Super impressive. I personally look up to Lindus family and Andy Lindus, not only for business, but also personal advice. They're inspiration for me, and by the end of the video you will see why. But I want to do something special for our audience. If you like our company tours, I want to take one of you on my next tour. I actually took someone to this tour as well today. Comment below, how would you describe Lindus Construction in 2 words? I'm gonna pick the best comment and I'll fly you in to my next company tour. I absolutely love what I do. I love company tours. You're gonna enjoy this one. Let's go.
My name is Andy Lindus. My brothers and I own Lindus Construction.
Hey brother.
Hey, good to see you.
How many years have you been at this place? I've seen it in the videos a few times.
You know, I want to say it was 95 when we moved into here. You passed our 2 old buildings on the way here. One's an accountant's office, the other is actually a Chinese restaurant now, right on 63 here. So this is our 3rd building. The first building we had is actually my home. My shoe closet on my entryway, my dad took a
This
door.
was your house?
Nope. I live about 4 miles from here.
Okay.
But our first office was at, I bought the house my mom and dad had, the house I grew up in.
Okay.
And our first office was our red hay barn, was where we kept all the materials. And our shoe closet, Dad took an old interior door and put it on edge, and that was his desk.
Here in Wisconsin, you don't have problems with the parking. How many acres you have?
Right now, we have 15 acres here. We bought the place next door. There's an old rundown house. It's got actually a newer foundation. We're gonna end up tearing it down, and we're gonna use it as a training house over the next year. We're gonna take our people over there and do all the siding, windows, and roofing and work on training.
But you've been in this building since 1999?
1995. Lindus Construction started in 1979 as a side gig that my father did to supplement his income with farming. What really got us going is we became the subcontractor labor for most of the local builders to do all of their siding and roofing. At one point in time, 75% of our work was done by the work we got from the local builders. So this is Savannah, our first line of defense here. All the phones route through her.
Roofing companies are not used to traffic from the customers, and you're in the middle of nowhere. Do people come here? How often do you have visits?
I'd say about 10 people a week. It's not a
10
whole
people
lot.
a week?
Yeah, it's not a whole lot, but it's enough that...
What do they do? Do they ever walk in for estimate or usually dropping off checks?
Both. I get both, yep. Pretty much 50-50 on that, so...
10 people, it's not bad.
No. Everything, I'll take every lead that we can possibly get, and people want to stop by here and pay their bills, all the merrier. But that's why we've also looked at, and we are opening a location in the Twin Cities, just again, to get closer to where most of our customers are. This is all things leaf guard related.
So, and you do more leaf guard than you do roofing, correct?
Correct. About the same.
About the
Again,
same.
it's depending on the
Do
year.
you think you'll surpass roofing soon?
Leaf guard, well, roofing surpassed leaf guard last year. Leaf guard's going to be ahead of roofing this year.
Why is that? What
The amount of
behind
rain
it?
that we've had,
Okay.
amount of rain, people in rain
Supply
and
and
gutters. It's we've been right now. If somebody buys gutters from me, Dimitri, I can't install it till November.
November. So today is what? July?
Mm-hmm. We're
So
14 to 16 weeks out.
How much materials do you store here, and How many crews do you have? What's the weekly volume?
So we have, just on the leaf guard side of things, there's 15 crews typically going every day. We have one machine that does chop and drop for all of those crews.
Oh, wow.
So that machine is in that,
For
that
15
truck,
crews, they just go, go, go?
that's
Is it
all install.
How do they have 15 stops? Like, so if you have 15 crews,
So
15
each crew does one stop. So the machine is in a semi truck.
I see.
He chops and drops for all of the crews
Ahead of them.
ahead of them.
Oh, ahead of
So
them.
he's usually a day or two ahead of time. We've been trying to, like, they've been leaving like at 3 in the morning and trying to do same day drops because we've had some theft issues recently. So we're not trying to, we're stuff's walking off on job sites. Same thing with our roofing materials this year.
So Martin Pettigrew, I found someone who beat you. You have 4:30 club. They work out at 4:30. They start at 3 o'clock. So Lindus beat Monarch Roofing.
Over here you see, this is where the parts actually get packed. So you see our cardboard boxes, all the elbows and stuff here. They'll bring the downspouts, everything right here, pack all the parts. Then Brett just has to get here and load up his truck.
How many people you have working in a warehouse, just like packing and preparing orders? Two people.
Yep.
So 2 people packing for 15 crews
Yep.
every day.
Yep. We have a guy that comes in at night and one in the morning, he'll pull all the vans in and pull all of the recycling out. One thing that we weigh every single time is our leaf guard specific coil. You'll see that we'll put that in someplace else and we'll weigh it all. That way we can figure out our waste factor. How much of our actual new coil are we wasting
Wow.
compared to what we're taking off the home and recycling anyway. So all of our aluminum gets baled up, all of our cardboard gets baled up, and all of
So
our steel
give me
goes
some
in.
numbers. Like what's
We
it's
just
the first
got rid of 400,000 pounds of aluminum.
400,000 pounds.
Yeah, I'll show you where we...
How long did it take you to accumulate it?
It's a year and a half worth.
Year and 400,000 pounds aluminum. That's crazy.
Yeah, and we sold that like a month and a half, 2 months ago. You'll see how many cubes of aluminum
How
we've already
much
built
how
up
much
since
money
then.
is that?
Depending on what we sell it, it was a couple $300,000 this time around. One of the things that we do, we don't charge ever for tear off.
So that's your bonus.
Because what we make on the aluminum scrap pays for what we have to pay for the tear off. Our average tenure of employment is a little under 13 years. It's like 12.9 years to be honest with you. And that's something we pride ourselves on. So once we get you, we're excited that they tend to stay, and we actually have now the second generation of some folks coming up through the ranks where their dad retired here after 20 years and now they're starting here. So
Hey,
Dimitri, this is Rob Johnson.
What do you do? Nice to meet you.
Rob runs the entire leaf guard division. So how many years you been here, Rob?
27, I believe, in a couple weeks.
27 years. 27 years. How many times have you thought about quitting this company?
Honestly, never.
What do you like about it so much?
I like to be outdoors. I mean, initially when I started, I was an installer and very young in the company. Leaf Guard product was very young. I actually worked with Andy in those first years. Emily and Kevin, his parents, we're great people. I have nothing but love for the family. I've always enjoyed my job. I like being, outdoors. One thing I really liked about the leaf guard installation was you go to a house, generally a job ain't going to take more than a day. So there's a steady change of scenery and situation. And, I've been in construction since before I started here. And I like to be outdoors.
What's up, brother? So you put the suit for me, I heard.
Oh yeah.
Is that your impression of Russians? Have you ever seen me in the sporting suit?
No, I think you need one though.
Yeah, I think you look good.
Here, we need to place an order for anything. No, it's a thing, but it's a thing in back in the day. It's only like bad guys when doing this.
Oh, it's totally from the 80s.
Yeah. So what do you do for the company?
Accounts receivable manager. Basically, anything that involves money, I'm the guy.
So you're debt collector in a sports suit.
Yep.
You're from 80s.
Yeah, I am. Born there. Worked for me.
How long have you been working with the company?
About 12 years.
12 years. Mm-hmm. Why are you working here for so long? Stressful job.
Make it pretty easy.
Is the dumbest story you've heard when people told you I don't want to pay because?
It's usually an insurance, and it's basically, oh, I thought the insurance company was going to pay you guys directly, even though they received the payment. When I thought, because I'll follow up with the insurance company and be like, oh, they're saying that you're paying us directly, which I know is not the case. They'll be like, oh, no, we sent out the payment on, so-and-so date. And then I give them a call back. And they're like, oh, I thought that was extra money. Money that the insurance company gave out of their the goodness of their heart. So,
Can I give you a tip?
what's that?
Fake a Russian accent, and the problem will go away. They'll pay.
I'm like, well, I'm halfway there, I guess.
This is some of our roofing material. A lot of it gets stored in the Twin Cities. Basically, if it's here, it's because it's not getting returned. And we're going to store this. We've run out of space and are building another Quonset off over here this winter when we get a minute. Problem with our own crews is we just never have time to do anything. The entrepreneurial spirit, sometimes you gotta have some gumption about you, right? You gotta be able to say F you to the man every now and then. And for us, that man was Kimberly-Clark, DuPont, all the ones that brought the Federal Trade Commission against Insultex. Insultex is a house wrap we discovered after the first polar vortex. It's an R6 insulation, it's 5 millimeters thick. And there was 0 consumer complaints against Insultex.
I remember reading about it.
But somehow, the Federal Trade Commission still brought a lawsuit against them over inflated R values and over the process of the court.
So they lost.
The Federal Trade Commission lost. And Insultex was given the stamp of approval by the federal government that it is an R6. It cannot be disputed that it's an R6.
So this is R6?
This is an R6. So every siding job we've done in the last 8 years has had Insultex house wrap on it. And before, you would have to get to 1.5 inches of foam in order to achieve this. So like everything, we tested this on our own house, and it has a grid pattern so you can nail LP on it tight.
What else do you stock from shingles, nails, accessories?
You know, we stock a certain amount of accessories. We still have every job lot delivered to the actual job. For stocking, it's for repairs and or extra stuff that we missed in the ordering. So each one of the vans has X amount of everything in it. They're gonna have enough ice and water shield, enough starter, enough nails, enough, whatever they need.
Is this the aluminum?
This is the aluminum.
Couple $100,000 of aluminum. Is that right?
I don't know if we're quite there yet, but you can see the dates.
That's a lot.
7/30/24, 428 pounds, 426 pounds.
Looking at your picture with your parents, you're a little bit shabbier here. So you went from 380 to 240. I want to talk about what made you lose weight, how did it affect your life, and what would you tell to anyone who runs the business and kind of neglected their health?
I started selling when I was 19. And I was running 7 opportunities a day. You're in your vehicle all the time. And you eat terribly. And you get home and you eat terribly. And you just never find time to exercise. My partners, people around the country that I've been partnered with, got on a health kick. And one guy did it, Andy Larson out of Madison, my little brother Alex. And
So you've been influenced by someone?
influenced, not just influenced, like I'm telling you, we've talked about it. This lady here, that guy, Rodney, the people that love you enough to tell you you need to make a change.
If you have ever really wanted to see what a Rodney Webb success story looks like, look no further than Lindus Construction, based in Baldwin, Wisconsin. Lindus started as a little family business back in 1979, almost 40 years ago. Kevin and Emily Lindus started the business, and today Lindus is a multi-generational and multi-million-dollar company.
Those are the ones you want to surround yourself with. They love you enough that, like, to have your brother call you a fat pile of crap. Hey, well, you lazy son of a gun, you're gonna come and work out today? Like, he was trying to get us personal trainers. And then Andy Larson, that an office we started in Madison, and he bought us out in Madison. And now he's working, you know, took some chips off the table, so to speak. He got me hooked up with his personal trainer. And I went down and met with her and talked about macros and all the stuff that everyone's been trying to get me to do. But he did it in a way that made sense to me and put me on a plan. And I built a workout room. And once you start doing something, and people treat you differently when you're bigger, and they just do, whether they think they don't or not. There's biases that go into it, and I was emailing clothing manufacturers to try to get 4X and 5X stuff made.
You have your own mechanic shop?
Yep, 2 full-time mechanics.
2 full-time mechanics.
Keep our fleet running and our people going. Again,
That's cool.
when you find out what you pay a year for mechanics, but more importantly, how much being down a day costs you. So these guys right here are what keeps Lindus running, keeps us on job sites. Adam and Steve
Literally. How long have you been working here?
13 years.
13 years. So this shop been around for 13 years?
Longer than that.
Longer than that?
Wow. Who maintains vehicles better, sales guys or field guys?
Field guys.
Field guys?
Sure. Sales guys are getting better.
They're getting better? What's the problem with the sales guys?
Busy. They're only here 2 days a week. Everybody else is here almost every day, so we try to get them in Mondays and Wednesdays.
Whose cars are cleaner, sales guys or field guys?
Neither one. Neither one.
Last question. Who makes the best truck in the United States?
Oh, General Motors for sure. Not even a question.
Okay, we're gonna cut it out. It's Dodge. You failed.
Oh, it fails?
I have a lot of second generation people here starting now, and I have people that I started working here with 20 years ago, that if I can't accurately predict their future or have some type of control over their future, then I don't want no part of it. So for us, I'm going to take care of the people here. They're going to take care of our customers, and that should allow Lindus to continue to grow 10% year over year, every year. That's just how we roll. One of those old 4-square townhomes has like the 3-inch reveal for siding. Customer really wanted that look again, so we ripped down LP and did it, and Josh made it look like the day it was installed. Andy Lindus, Lindus Construction, just doing a quality control inspection of your roof. Josh Chick comes up there right now. Mr. Finley built this house 50 years ago. We did the siding years ago. We've done the gutter work at times. We've replaced some of the windows. That's a garden window we installed in the 90s. Because I never have to worry about what my dad put on the wall. I really don't. And because of that, my life is easier. And my marketing, people ask me about that all the time. We're able to spend as little amount of marketing because of our customer base that we have. When, over half your work is coming from past customers or repeat, and then another 15 to 20% of it's coming from referrals, then you don't have to spend a lot. Under 2% of revenue is spent on marketing. That's not, you don't hear that a lot in our industry.
What's the fastest you grew per year? You're saying you want to grow like 10% right now. Why 10%? Why not 20, 30? Not sustainable?
It's manageable. You can add installers and subs quickly if that's your game, or salesmen and subs quickly. But full-time installers, craftsmen, those take time to develop. So as we're growing, we try to be smart about it, and we'll stop advertising if we're getting to a point where we can't take on more work.
What would you say to roofers who chase that goal? I heard it from Rodney Webb many times. When he put brakes on growth, he's like, nope, you're not doing 17, you're doing 15 million. Like roofer who grows, trying to grow as fast as possible. Is it ego driven? Is it like, what do you take?
I don't know about you. Every bad decision I've ever made, fear and ego have been part of it. One of those two things. I'm either like, I'm not doing something because I'm afraid of the results, or I'm afraid to make a decision, or I need to do this because that's what the people tell you need to be. My ego, I need to be the best. I need to be the biggest. I need to do this. Maybe we're in a different category or a little bit different position than some people, because we do only install the upper end stuff. We're not trying to I'm not interested in being a $1 billion
What's your
company.
closing rate?
On Leaf Guard, we're over 50%. The rest of the companies in that like 40, 42, 43, depending on the product. On there, some guys lower, some guys higher. This is all of our metal roofing supplies. So besides asphalt roofing, we have 2 metal roofing machines that are always on the move and going. And whether it's the coil stock or the flat stock, we'll order it in and bend it all here ourselves.
What's the cost of the metal roof versus asphalt shingle roof? Like, how much more is metal?
It's gonna be about 1.5 times
1.5?
more, which, 8 years ago would have been double. We have a small design build side of our business, and that's what you see. Some of the cabinets get staged here. We have up there, you're gonna see all of our skylights, sun tunnels, solar tubes. We are a Velux dealer. We buy direct from Velux. So we stock a lot of things here for that. Windows is going to be any given year, our second or third largest silo of business. So for us, gutters, roofing, and windows are number 1, 2, and 3 always. And we give a lifetime screen warranty with all of our windows. We do infinity windows, and we get the same screening on the windows that we install. And anytime you break a screen, tear a screen, get a hole in a screen, if you can get us a screen, we will rescreen it for free. Just one of our ways of doing it. The main reason why we put the screening table in here was because window manufacturers as a whole suck at shipping. So we would it's easier for us to rescreen the holes in the screen before we go and install them, instead of when we get to the house finding out that now we got to order a new screen.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
I see you have a lot of books. Give me a couple book recommendations for business owners to read.
Oh,
Doesn't have to be from here.
the book Principles is a book that
Dalio?
Yep.
Yep,
I
right.
have gone back to on numerous occasions. I believe that if we work with all of our people and refine the principles for decision making, it allows your people to make the decisions without asking you.
Yep.
But you need to allow that to happen, because mistakes are going to happen. They're not always going to make the same decision you would. So you can't get mad at them for making a decision, because then they just stop making decisions. But what you can do is have an honest conversation with them and refine the principles that they use to make that decision. Like, what information did you use to make that decision? Why did you make that decision? And what information should we be taking in order to make better decisions? The Energy Bus is always a good one. This is a book I read every year.
Every year.
Every year. It's really, really quickly.
One word that you'll change your life.
Execute is my word this year.
Okay.
I have a tendency sometimes to be too much of an idea guy, and I need to be better at executing and finishing through unsaid ideas. But this is a book that allows me to figure out what I really want to focus on for that year. The construction industry is the greatest industry on the planet. There's no other industry that I've seen that has as a wide a variety of people working in it and being successful in it. Not just the installers. So all the installers don't look alike, all the salespeople don't look alike, all the owners definitely don't look alike. And there's a lot of first generation people with English as a second language that can come here and you get to know them. They're starting construction businesses. There's people out of high school starting construction businesses. I think it's easier now to enter into our industry with the knowledge that you can gain with a free education online. I love this industry. There's not a better one as far as I'm concerned. I've met all my best friends come from this industry. Half my family members come from this industry, and almost my entire family works in this industry.
That's a wrap for today. If you want to join me on my next company tour, comment below how would you describe Lindus Construction in 2 words. I'll see you guys in the next video.